Bright Duty. Every student matters.
So let's begin with the first one. The first compound of the day is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, NaOH, is created by interacting NaCl with water. It forms sodium hydroxide, chlorine gas and hydrogen gas. Sodium hydroxide is useful for us because it is used for degreasing. So when the metal is greased and when it needs to be degreased, then we use sodium hydroxide. It is used to make soaps, it is used to make detergents and make paper. The byproducts of this reaction are chlorine and hydrogen gas. Both of them are also useful, so even the byproducts come to use here. Chlorine is used in water treatment, it is used as a disinfectant, it is used as for making CFCs, among many other uses. The swimming pool water often has a pungent smell and burns your eyes. That is because of presence of chlorine. It is put as a disinfectant to treat the swimming pool water. The hydrogen gas released can be used as an effective fuel. It can also be used to create ammonia-based fertilizers. So that is all for the first compound, sodium hydroxide, which is NaOH. It is also commonly called as caustic soda. The second compound is bleaching powder. Bleaching powder is made from this chlorine gas only. We get chlorine gas by treating the solution of NaCl and water. By the way, this reaction happens in the presence of electricity. In the presence of electricity, chlorine gas is released at the anode and hydrogen gas is released at the cathode and sodium hydroxide is formed. So this solution, also known as brine, NaCl in water is called as brine. So brine leads to the formation of sodium hydroxide and chlorine gas. This chlorine gas, which is created by electrolysis of brine, is also used to create bleaching powder. Here you can see we take slake lime. We treat it with the chlorine gas obtained here and this new compound CaOCl2 is formed. This is the simple formula, but actual composition is quite complex, but this is how we will represent it here. This CaOCl2 is called as bleaching powder. As the word suggests, bleaching powder is used to remove color. So it is used to remove color from paper industries. In paper industries, it is used to remove color from the fibers of cotton and wool. It is also used as a disinfectant and among many other uses. The next component is baking soda. Again, we are studying the uses of NaCl. So we take NaCl, treat it with water, CO2 and ammonia. When this reaction occurs, NH4Cl, that is ammonium chloride, is formed, which is not the main compound. NaHCO3 is what is baking soda. So baking soda is commonly used at our homes to make the food crispy or to make the food cook faster. For this we use NaHCO3. Why do we use this? Because when you heat it in the process of cooking, this reaction occurs. The sodium carbonate is formed, which is digestible, so it's not a problem. It gets dissolved in the food. Water is already there in the food, and the CO2 is what helps make the cooking faster and makes the food crispier. Baking soda has a lot of uses other than just cooking. So baking soda is also used to make baking powder. Baking powder is basically baking soda, and in which we add some acids. Some weak acids, small amount of tartaric acid maybe, and when NaHCO3 and acid are there, the same reaction happens. The CO2 released in this reaction makes the cake spongy and soft. That is why it is also baking powder is used in baking of cakes. Other uses of baking soda can be soda fire extinguisher. So it is used in an fire extinguisher of a specific kind. Other than that, baking soda has many other uses. It is also used as a antacids. We studied this in the previous class, that antacids are substances which neutralize the acid, excessive acid created by the stomach. One of those can be sodium hydrogen carbonate, which is baking soda. So it also works on that purpose. This indicates that it is basic in nature. So we have studied sodium hydroxide, bleaching powder and baking soda. Let's move on to the next compound, which is washing soda. Washing soda is created by interacting sodium carbonate. It was created in this reaction. So how does this come? This comes from this reaction. Sodium carbonate is crystallized in presence of water and it forms Na2CO3.10H2O. It forms a kind of crystal where sodium and water interact. One sodium molecule interacts with 10 water molecules around it, and this compound is formed. This is called as washing soda in day-to-day life. Washing soda is used for cleaning. It is also used in soap industry, in paper industries, and it is also used as a disinfectant. To understand better how does this crystallization happen, we will have to understand the concept of water of crystallization.